Welcome everyone to the next lecture of IELTS preparation. Today our topic is IELTS listening short answer questions. So our today lecture outline is the following. You'll have tips and strategy for attempting short answer and questions in IELTS listening. So remember that in this type of question, you will be given a set of questions and you have to answer them while listening to the recording. There would be some numbers of questions. It usually come in section 2 and it's really common. It will come must in listening test. The second point which is important to note is that there might be some distractors while you are listening to the recording which would be there in order to divert your attention and make you answer wrong. What are some of these distractors? They are, for example, but, however, although. So in that time you have to give a proper heed and attention to the recording and you should not distract yourself with such keywords. As I told you that you have to give a proper heed and attention in order to avoid wrong information being picked from the recording, and you have to select the correct ones while listening to the recording attentively and try to not distract yourself. This type of question is commonly a monologue speech. A single person will speak in this type of question, and you have to then answer some of the questions which are being asked in the recording. The next important tip and strategy is that properly read the instruction in the question. There might be a specific instruction of how to answer the question. You may be asked to write no more than two words. You may be asked to not write more than a single number. You may be asked to write no more than a single alphabet. And also, in some cases, you may be asked to write two numbers or a single alphabet or two alphabets and a single number. So, in that case, you have to give proper attention to what have been asked and instructed in the question. Now, what's the strategy? You have to skim and scan each questions and try to predict what information is required. When you are listening to the recording, in that case, in that time, you have to listen to it properly, but you have to skim the questions and scan it as well. What is skimming and what is scanning? Skimming means that you go through directly uh, and read the questions fastly. And scanning means that you find out a proper information or specific information from the questions, such as dates, times, persons, what, how, however, these type of keywords. Then it's called scanning. So, a number, quantity, distance, person, etc. You have to listen to such type of vocabulary and you have to predict the answer. For example, if in the question it is asked that how long something has happened, then it means that you are asked for a distance. Then in that case, you should remember in your mind that the question is about distance. For example, if it's about a person, then you will be asked who is doing that specific activity. Then you will understand that I will now answer some person name. If you are asked about the quantity, then remember that it would be in the numbering. So you have to actually predict what would be the answer by analyzing what you are hearing in the recording. Always be aware of synonyms, but also paraphrases as well. You will not hear the same information in the recording what you have been given in the questions. So they do paraphrases, different sentences, and use synonyms as well. Paraphrasing means that the same sentence would be repeated with different words. So the information would not be the exact one what you will hear in the recording with the text given to you in the questions. So then listen to the recording and answer accordingly. But try to know about the limits of the words or numbering you can write in the answer. You have to not cross the limits of what you have been instructed in the question. Always remember that in such type of questions, the answers will always come in the order of the recording. So it's not possible that question number one answer will be after question number 2. It would be in the order. First will be about question number 1, second would be about question number 2, and so on. But they might use some distractors in order to distract and divert your attention. Always give attention to the vocabulary in such type of question because it may be problematic for you. Vocabulary regarding times, distance, persons, these kind of vocabularies are really important. You may be given instruction that you have not to write the answers more than two words and or a number. So in that case, you can write two alphabets and a single number. You can also write only two alphabets. You can also only write a single number. You can write two words in combination with a single number. But in that case, you cannot write two words and two number. You can also not write single words and two numbers. So try to give attention to the instruction. So let's suppose this is the question. The question has been asked that what time will the park open? So you have to understand that the information I have been asked is about time. So here in the blank, the answer would be in the time 7:30, 6:30, 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, etc. How far is the cinema road from the main theater hall? So you have to then understand that how far means the distance. What I have to answer is the distance between cinema road and the main theater hall. The third question is name two subjects in which Jack has made improvement. So here you have to understand that I have to answer two information or two subjects. So it's in number two, so you have to write two subjects, comma separated. So it may be, for example, maths and chemistry, physics and English, etc. So you have to give attention to this keyword too. Now, which two places are popular for visitors in Indonesia? So then you have to understand that the information required is two, but they are places, so it means that I have to answer in letters. In that case, it's also letters, and in that case, it's also letters, but here they are subjects and they are places. So, guys, this was about short answer questions in IELTS listening. If you have any doubt about it, then you can ask me in the comments. I will try to answer it as much as I can. Thanks, take care, and bye for now.